Good morning everybody and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. This is part 2 of our videos about Bispham, and we've just been for a look at Red Bank Road, which if I turn round is this road at the back of us here. So that joins up to the seafront at the tram stop at Bispham where the arch is across the road. So that's Red Bank Road, and in this video we're going to go this way and we're going to go and take a look at Bispham Village, which is that down there. But first of all I want to just point this out to you. This is the Sea Cadets, and this building was occupied by the Sea Cadets when the school vacated the premises in 1963. So like a lot of the old buildings in this area, an old school building has managed to survive with a totally different use as a Sea Cadets. And there is a sign on the front here. There you go. Blackpool Sea Cadet Corps. I think they've lost a couple of letters actually. There you go. Now recruiting. And across the road, in that lovely building there with the little pointy finial on top that's literally right underneath the sun, that used to be the library. And that opened on the 5th of May 1938 and then eventually moved to Moor Park, which is literally just down there. It's a stone's throw down that road there. On the 4th of July 2011, and that's a lovely building. I'm going to just walk across there and show you that because it's worth a look on this beautiful, bright, frosty January morning. Right, let's just scoot across here. It's a lovely little corner, this actually. The roundabout is usually neat and tidy and everything always looks well looked after and pretty, and it's a nice little gateway into Blackpool. So there you go, that's Bispham Branch Library. The sun's a bit in our eyes, as was, and I think it's now some kind of community building, I'm not sure. It's definitely been refurbished after it closed. Look at the frost. It's quite a sight for this time of year in the Fylde Coast. We don't normally see any frost. So apparently it's the new Langdale Centre, whatever the new Langdale Centre is, and this coloured thing on the back here, that was an extension. I can remember them building that. And Moor Park is literally just over the rise of that brow. So we're going to carry on walking. We're going to cross this road here, and then we've navigated this natty little roundabout without breaking our necks on the slippy floor. So Bispham Village, I didn't know until I started looking up information about Red Bank Road just how old Bispham is. So if you've watched our previous video about Red Bank Road, you'll know that it dates back to the 600s when it was the ham or the village of the Bispham family. And repeating myself, I know, because I've just said it in the other video, but apparently the chemist shop behind the post office on Red Bank Road was called Bispham for quite some years. So there you go. I had no idea that Bispham was quite so old. So this is the roundabout, and apparently Bispham Endowed School was built here in 1650 at the site of what's now the roundabout. Now it's quite a little complicated thing, this, because if you go that way up there at the side of those houses, you come up to the promenade at Red Bank Road. If you carry on that way, you come out at Cleveley's. If you go this way down here, you go to the village, which is where we're going next. And this one up here, just at the side of the library where we've just looked, that is Devonshire Road, which is a main road straight through the middle of Blackpool. And this little 5 ways roundabout, as it's known, was originally opened at the junction of Redbank Road and Devonshire Road in 1924. And it was joined by a 5 ways garage. And here's a date for your diary. This current roundabout opened on the 17th of May 1947. So there you go, that's an older roundabout than you might think. So, we're going to take a look down here at the actual village itself, which is quite a nice little place. But going back to how old Bispham is, in 1137, the Shrewsbury monks were granted a charter of protection of their lands in Bispham by King David I of Scotland. I've never heard of King David I. So that just shows you how old that is. And All Saints Church, or All Hallows Church as it's also known, is believed to have been on its site from the 11th century. So that's the 1000s. If you take one off and go backwards. And until 1821, it was the only one serving Blackpool, so it's considered the mother church of Blackpool. The things that you learn, honestly, it's quite fascinating. And then in 1706, the poor rate assessment showed that there were 3 dozen farmers in this area. When all everybody could do was farm. So this is Bispham Village, and it's quite a busy little spot. There's quite a few different shops, quite a few different that's on a slope. Quite a few different takeaway supermarkets. We've just walked past, there's a little market here that sells all kinds of different things. It's quite good, that, actually. I've been in a number of times. There's a little Heron Foods here under the yellow canopy. There's Pizza Hut, Bucky's if you fancy a flutter, Bargain Bulls, fish and chips, and then there's some more down here, so we'll carry on walking. So, topical, I thought, given the fact that we're in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. But in 1832, people came to Blackpool and Bispham to escape from cholera because it ran ravage in cities and towns at the time. So that's the Albion pub, which is a nice building. So Blackpool Municipal Borough was formed in 1876. I didn't realise that was quite so old. And Bispham was added as a ward in 1971. That can't be right. I'll check that. So we've got all kinds of little buildings and things, and I do know that there are some really old properties in this area. That's another video for another day. They look like they're having a refit while they're closed. Right, so we're going to cross here. Oops. Oh, just got splotted on. Drains just dripped on me. So we've got a Tesco. Chemists. And I think it's these little houses as you come up this road here that are the really old ones. I won't like to swear to that, but I'm fairly sure it's these up this little lane here. 1820, there you go. There you go. My memory's not as bad as I thought. This is Bispham van hire on the right hand side here. We hired a transit van from here when we moved the last remnants of our stuff from Yorkshire. Remember that day well? I do. Yeah, so there you go, 1820. Get a lot older than that, does it? Looks like they're doing some work on it as well. I would imagine they're doing the roof. So that's your walking tour of Bispham Village. And I believe if you go up this road here, you come out at Montgomery High School. Is that right? If you know the answer to that, pop a comment below. So that's your walking tour of Bispham Village on a freezing cold day in January. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Any questions, pop them in the comments below, and make sure that you've subscribed. And we will be back with you another day, and you can find all the links to everything that we've mentioned in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.